Hello guys, this is Team 1, Active Database. So this is Avishek speaking, Apeksha Jain, Biswas Lamsal and Sneha Busa who are working as a team in a Team 1. So let's move on with the next slide. Um, So this is about the Jira, where we have the queries that needs to be completed, and these are the sprints report. And this has already been completed, and still we are working on the, I'm sorry, still we are working on the documentation part as well as the visualization part. And this is our updated Gantt chart till now. So these are the things that people are working, and for the Sprint 4, these are the things that's done. The time spent for our implementation for Power BI is as follows: that we took like uh, 8 to 9 hours for the Power BI implementation, and for the reports, like 8 hours for the report for implementation of our use case. So moving forward about the data governance, we defined some scripts where we added some Sigma ID, table ID, and the column ID. So as you see in the implementation part, I have a running database over here. So as you see over here, you can see the lot of inserts we did, as well as we created a table for the specific part of it. And if you run it, then you'll see some of the tables being updated because it was according to our plan, like which tables should be audited and which tables should be updated. And same way with the tables and same way with sigmas. We had our sigma ID 8 and the active database. And moving forward with uh, the Power BI database store. So this is one of the examples we did, and we had some tutorials in database where I showed some of it, and I'll show you one of the demo. So we just go to the database and go to the SQL server and inserted our server ID, and we can choose the database, but it's optional, so it's upon us that what we're going to do it. So there are, see the list of database that we want to import, and these are the tables for the database. This is how we did our Power BI implementation part. So moving forward with the Power BI, see the table. Moving forward with the Power BI, we have a dashboard one, which is a purchasing dashboard. So this is done by a picture where we insert the vendor number, order number, and actual date for the users. And according to the demo, you can see that you can select according with the state, and you can select. So for example, let's do all. So if you do all, then you can see the list of items in the different places, different areas of it. And if you do a Rochester, then the map will locate the which state it is. If you go to New York, then it's suppose it locates the New York as well, and it changes the product. It changes the visualization part for the data. And this is a purchasing interface we did. And if you list out with the Microsoft, then the data will be changed over there. See the average quantity and total vendors for the Microsoft at New York. So altogether we have around 16 vendors, and 16 vendors of it, and the total average would be just give me a sec. Yep, the 16 vendors and total average total quantity will be 2.25, where this represents the sum of it with product by item. So this is how the purchase dashboard worked, and we still need to upgrade more on this part, but this is the first phase we did, and will be done by the next week. And same way, if you go to the ERDs. We have ERDs for a dashboard where the vendors and vendor price and return vendor and pro vendors, where this ERD help to make this as a dashboard. Same way with the dashboard, we do have a static order management dashboard. So where it calculates the total cost and represents the number of orders, including the brands. If you go with the Power BI implementation part, this is a part of a static order management. uh, so where you search the order number, let's suppose, or let's search the order number 105, and you see the product number, unit cost, and unit price, including the brand, class, and product description, where there is the unit cost and the count of unit cost by the count of order, and this number of order and their unit price. As well as we have a pie chart where it describes how many numbers of the Xbox set is done and how many number of Xbox is sold out. So this is how the statics of the order management dashboard works. And let's go with the another power presentation, and this is dashboard for the uh, this one, the statistics of the order management dashboard. And the dashboard is the three is for the user position where where we describes about the user, which user is working where, and the description about the user, including their employee numbers. So where you can see the position description over here, as well as the number of position we have in the company, in a Geoda database company, as well as the name of the user position. So this is how we created the user position dashboard. And this is the data model for our user case, where is department, user role, user information, employee is taken as an action to play the role for the dashboard. So this is pretty much we did for the Sprint 4, creating the three dashboards, whereas the updating our Jira, Trello, and a Gantt charts, and the some implementation for our data governance. And for our final review for the Sprint 5, there will be the full report of documentation, complete implementation of Power BI testing, whereas the security, which we will include the SQL injection, auditing, and more in triggers, which will be do the backupping for the logs to for transaction logs and for backups. And from the Sprint 4, what we learned is that for the time management was really needed, and more focused towards the use cases, because our use cases were a little bit weak. So we try to refine more and put more details on it, as well as we refine our data governance table. So that's we all did. And me, Sneha, Apeksha, and Vishwas, we're looking forward for more comments and critics on this Sprint 4. Thank you.